So you may be wondering which you want to sign up for, or maybe you just want to know if the other is better. Leonardo AI or Midjourney. Both of these platforms are considered at the moment to be the best on the market for AI art and AI image generation. So today I'm going to compare the two so you can make an informed decision on which is best. And straight away, if you look at Midjourney and you look at Leonardo AI, there's one big difference. Leonardo AI has a free trial, Midjourney currently does not. So straight away, if you're looking to start without putting any money down, Leonardo AI is a clear winner there. But when you look at the pricing, they're actually pretty much identical. Leonardo AI's lowest tier is actually $12 a month instead of $10 a month like Midjourney, but there's not a big difference in pricing either. So that leaves us with the actual use of the tool itself. How easy are these tools to use? Well, straight away, if you go to Midjourney, they operate on Discord, which is a massive barrier for beginners, and they can get lost when trying to figure out the hacks and tricks to use the tool effectively. If you go back to Leonardo AI, the interface is simple, it's right in front of you, everything is listed in that left sidebar, and it's actually pretty straightforward. So Leonardo AI wins another point when it comes to the interface side of things. But once you get used to these platforms and you become a bit more intermediate, Midjourney is actually a lot easier when you simply start typing in your text to try and take control over the type of images you want, because it just comes down to what you type. When it comes to Leonardo AI, understanding which models to use and which settings in order to get a particular result for a particular style does then start to make things a little more complicated. But as far as advanced users go, once you understand both platforms like the back of your hand, they're both pretty straightforward to use once you get there. Now, if you want to start comparing features between these two, they're both pretty even in my opinion. When it comes to Leonardo AI, the fact that you have the different models is a strength, although it can also be a weakness, but allows you to really explore certain styles more effectively and more directly. But it also has many other features available to it with the prompt generation and the ability to add in prompt magic, alchemy if you're a paid user, also the ability to go into Canvas, which is a very advanced image editing tool, especially compared to Midjourney's in-painting feature and zoom out features. So Leonardo AI has a much better image editing capability, while Midjourney does have a lot more codes, parameters, and tools to kind of take control of the image when you're generating it. Also in Leonardo AI, you can train your own models, which is something that's definitely not available yet in Midjourney. However, although I say they are pretty even, I have to lean a little bit towards Leonardo AI, especially because the ability to edit tiny pieces of an image more effectively in Canvas, as well as using your own photos, is a plus. But what about image generation? Which is better? Let's start off with resolution before we get into some comparisons. And that is that Leonardo AI can produce higher resolution images than Midjourney just with its default sort of settings. When you use Midjourney, you can create an image that's about 1024 by 1024, and if you change the aspect ratio, it seems to keep the same relative amount of resolution, whereas Leonardo AI, you can generate close to that size and then upscale beyond that. And depending on which upscaler you use or which model you use to generate with, there's a lot more flexibility between lower and higher resolution images. However, as always, I usually recommend some kind of external AI upscaler like Topaz Gigapixel if you want to take it to that next level, because none of these produce ultra high resolution images yet. But let's compare the quality of the images. Now, in the following tests, I've tried my best to create the very best version of each image, and I'm going to talk about that quality, but also talk about just how difficult it was to achieve that. So I'm going to start off with human faces and photography. Now, when using Leonardo AI, it's very easy to see that especially with photo real and alchemy turned on, you can get some really high quality human faces, and you can get the same with Midjourney. Midjourney is very good at producing human quality faces. However, I think it's a little bit easier with Midjourney as opposed to Leonardo AI. I have found that I just tend to get a better result most of the time there. And now I threw something a bit different at it by putting a T-Rex terrorizing a playground, and the Leonardo AI one looks pretty good. It looks pretty photorealistic. I've actually got photoreal and alchemy turned on to achieve this. I switched back to Midjourney, and I actually don't think it's quite as good as the Leonardo AI one, but it's still a pretty nifty result. But both were pretty easy to get in this instance with a basic prompt. Now, I did this one of a rainforest with mystical energy and light, and the Leonardo AI one actually turned out by default to be a bit better. This was also using photoreal, whereas when I went and put the same prompt into Midjourney, it actually made it more of an illustration. However, it's a more attractive looking image. I might need to add a few different keywords to make it photorealistic, but overall, they both kind of got their own flavor here. But Leonardo AI tends to do a really good job of creating something that looks like what you've typed in, but Midjourney tends to actually lay things out in a more attractive way. Now, I've tried doing an anime sort of style character. This time it's a powerful samurai standing in front of an ancient temple, sort of like cartoon style drawing, highly detailed manga with vibrant colors. And Leonardo AI didn't really produce the vibrant colors, but it's an outstanding image. It's not exactly what I asked for, though. If you look on the left hand there, which is on the right hand side of the picture, he has 5 sort of fingers and a thumb if you look closely, but otherwise it's an impeccable looking image, just not quite what I was after. Whereas now I used Alchemy and the anime preset for Leonardo AI's image, but when I switch over to Midjourney there, you can see using Niji, I've actually got some vibrant colors, and I've got a better framed image. It looks way more powerful, but it's also a completely different type of image, and it could be subjective to taste, to be totally honest with you. Now, I also tried something abstract because I wanted to see basically what it could do, and they both produce different things. I put abstract glitch art with dripping colorful ink, and Leonardo AI has the white background. It has a pretty cool looking image, and Midjourney has, I still like the Midjourney one a little bit better, but again, it's an even call at the end of it all. Now, I've also done a purple Ferrari parked in a sandpit. Now, Leonardo AI produced some amazing images. The only problem is that the Ferrari isn't purple, but it is an outstanding image and looks extremely realistic. And then when I switch to Midjourney, it also looks good, except this time the Ferrari is actually purple. But to be honest, by the end of it all, if you compare the two, they're both pretty much the same quality. The images you produce with either are pretty good, except I do find that with Leonardo AI, it is a little bit more difficult to avoid errors when creating images. I've had more errors in images with Leonardo AI than I have with Midjourney. However, they both do produce errors. With Midjourney, as long as I describe what I want, most of the time I don't need to worry about changing any models or algorithms. I just simply put in what I want and I get a good result, unless I'm doing anime and switching to Niji style or something like that. Leonardo AI, it is more user-friendly, except that you do have to find the right model a lot of the time. You have to have the right options turned on. You can't simply type in what you want and get that image. So I'm going to have to say that while the quality is great on both, I am leaning towards Midjourney at this stage. I do think it is just a little bit better overall. So what's the conclusion? Which one is better? The truth is that neither one is better. It really depends on what you need. If you have absolutely no money and you're on a strict budget, then Leonardo AI can offer a pretty good platform. You do lose out on some of the high quality features like Alchemy, but you can produce some pretty good images with it for free. If you need something that is a more complete platform where you can train a model, where you can do the edits and everything all in that one platform, again, Leonardo AI is the winner. But if you want something that once you learn how to use it is a bit simpler, I do actually think Midjourney is simpler to use. Leonardo AI might be quick to learn and use when you first log on because everything's in front of you. Once you wrap your head around Midjourney, you can simply pull out your phone, type what you want, hit enter. It's actually a lot simpler to use in the long run once you get past that beginner stage. And if you're good at editing images, say in Photoshop or an external editor, Midjourney does produce high quality images. And these may be a bit easier to edit because it's easier to get the results you're after. But remember, it can't produce images at as high resolution as Leonardo AI can. So if resolution's important to you, you may need to go back to Leonardo AI. It's kind of hard. You really need to try these out for yourself. But my personal preference, if you really want to know, is I prefer Midjourney because I like to be able to whip out my phone and just simply type in what I am looking for and put my phone away, forget about it. The fact that it also has things like permutations means that I can produce more images more quickly, and then I actually use Topaz Gigapixel to do my upscaling, and that brings it up to pretty much any size that I need. So I do personally think Midjourney is still the best one, the best platform, simply because you only have to type one line in, and then you get basically the slightly better quality of images. So I hope that has helped you make a bit of a decision. I know that I didn't really come out with a very clear-cut winner on this one, but the truth is they're just so different, even though they do the same thing. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider giving it a like. Otherwise, I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching and have a great day.